Alright, Ronan MMA, welcome back to the channel. Now, Ciryl Gane officially has a new nickname. I don't want to hear Bungamin ever again. His new nickname is Patches O'Houlihan, okay? Ciryl Patches O'Houlihan Gane. That's it. His old nickname's gone. This is his new nickname. Reason being, because he is dodging, ducking, dipping, diving, and dodging as if he were Patches O'Houlihan, only instead of dodgeballs, it's contenders. My guy. Ugh. Okay, he did an interview with Ciryl Gane recently. I think it was just the other day. Ciryl Gane asks him, well, what is next? They're talking about his performance against Sergey Spivak. What about Tom Aspinall?
Is next for you? I saw Tom Aspinall was there. It seemed like he was interested. What do you think happens to you
Yeah,
next?
I know a lot of people talk about Asmina, but doesn't make sense for me. Like now, I just want to go to the belt. I'm number one contender. He's number four. This doesn't make sense. I just want to go now. I did it already. It was a big risk against this wrestler. So now I don't want to make and to have another risk. I want to take a risk for something for a big deal. You see.
Nope, I want to fight for the belt. This doesn't really make sense for me. I'm ranked number 1. He's number 4. Okay, dude. And then later on gets asked about Sergey Pavlovich.
By the way, I asked you about Tom. What about Sergey Pavlovich? Does he interest you a little bit more than Tom, or same thing? You want just to fight for the belt?
Fight for the belt. That's really different. You have Thomas Pinal more dangerous on the wrestling, and Pavlovich really dangerous, with his striking. So it's different.
Same sort of answer. Nope, I'm number 1. I want to fight for the title. My guy, you don't get to do this. Now, there was something that he said that I found interesting, and it was about his management team and how they have done managing his career. He's
like every time with my management, they did a really great job all of my career. You see, that's why he was really so fast. And now,
said, I think that he said, my management team has done a very good job, with my career. That's why you've seen me rise to the top so fast. Now, if we read in between the lines, what he actually means is, my management team did a very good job at picking favorable matchups for me that would get me to the top as fast as they possibly could, which, by the way, I'm not criticizing. That is the job of a management team, so good on them. My guy, though, once you get to the top, that no longer exists. You have to fight everybody that is there. That's how that works. If you want to be a champion, you don't get to deny a guy who's ranked number 3 because you're ranked champion. That's not how that works, okay? And my guy, you're 0-2 in undisputed title fights, okay? I get it. A lot of people think, maybe even including myself, that he should have gotten the nod over Francis Ngannou in their title fight. But he didn't. And honestly, off the top of my head, I would have to go back and rewatch the reason why I ended up scoring the fight for him. That's how unmemorable it was, okay? In both of his title opportunities, he has showed us his lack of wrestling ability in defense, in standing back up, in all of it, and also possibly some poor decision making as well, going for a heel hook when you were essentially winning a round and then having Francis Ngannou on top of you for the rest of that round, which is bad optically for the judges, which ended up costing you the fight. I think that's what it was. Either way, you don't get to just keep, I'll fight one guy and then like right now, buddy, Sergey Spivak, was he not ranked number 8 or something like that? So he does say this, I just fought backwards and that was a big risk for me. Yeah, kinda, dude, but you also just told us that your management team does a really good job at picking opponents for you, okay? So it wasn't the biggest risk you could have taken. Now, I'll give him credit for fighting behind him in the rankings, I guess. This is why I respect Petr Yan so much. He gave Sean O'Malley a massive opportunity and it didn't end up going his way. But that wasn't him trying to pick a really nice, favorable matchup for him back in the rankings. That was him accepting honestly, what turned out to be not a very great matchup for him, stylistically. So that's why I respect Petr Yan so much. But with Ciryl Gane, he's hand-picking opponents and then trying to get a title shot off of it. You don't get a title shot off of beating Sergey Spivak, my guy. I'm sorry, you just don't. Especially when you're 0-2 in title fights very recently. And I know that he won the interim title, but that was, let's be honest, we didn't really need it. It was essentially just to help sell his championship fight against Francis Ngannou, and they needed a belt or a big fight for the event that was at. So I don't like this from Ciryl Gane whatsoever. First, he's asked about Aspinall, denies him. He says, I'm number 1, he's number 4. That doesn't make sense for me. Well, what the fuck does, dude? What makes sense for anybody? What makes sense for any of us? What does making sense even mean, dude? You don't get to just fight the champion over and over and over again. That's not how this works, okay? It's just not. Then he's asked about Sergey Pavlovich. Same answer. Like, it's just fucking weird, dude. Why are you doing this? First of all, we all know the UFC doesn't like when guys do this at all. They just don't. Second of all, what annoys me the most about this is he might end up getting his way. And I'll explain why. John Jones and Stipe Miocic have essentially both said that after their fight, they will be retiring. Both of them. That means the vacant, or the heavyweight championship will be vacant. That means they have to pick 2 contenders from the top. If Tom Aspinall, for whatever reason, isn't able to make the date, if Sergey Pavlovich or whatever isn't able to make the date, or if they don't want to book Aspinall versus Pavlovich right now, they might end up doing, because Pavlovich has to be half of it, right? Because he's weighing in as the backup for that fight at UFC 296. It'll be either Ciryl Gane versus Pavlovich or Tom Aspinall versus Pavlovich for the vacant heavyweight championship of the world. Which is funny that he's acting like he's ducking these guys. He doesn't want to fight them now when he might end up having to fight them for the belt anyways, depending on how the matchup works, depending on how schedules work and things like that. But fucking hell, dude. I don't like this. Like, screw Pavlovich weighing in as the backup. Have him fight Ciryl Gane on that same card, on 296, and let's see him starch him. Okay? I don't like this shit. And it's delusional to think that once you get to number 1, you just get to sit back and not fight people that are ranked below you. Even though you just fought a guy that was farther ranked below you than Tom Aspinall is. Fighting Tom Aspinall right now does a hell of a lot more for your career than sitting around saying I'm not fighting unless it's for a title. It does way more. If you were to go out there, yes, it's a big risk, but also with that comes big reward. If you were to go out there and beat Tom Aspinall the way that you beat any of your opponents, that would be fucking amazing for your career. And you would be undeniable for another title opportunity. But at this point, you're not. You lost the title. You had 1 fight in between. You got another title fight. You lost that one. And now you had another fight. And now you think you get another title shot. Like, fuck off with that shit, dude. No, doesn't work like that. Ciryl Gane, you're crazy. Ciryl Patches O'Houlihan Gane is crazy. He thinks he can dodge all these fucking fights like he's Neo or something. Not happening. Not happening. Make him fight somebody not for a belt. Don't let him be one half of the vacant heavyweight championship, or more than likely the vacant heavyweight championship of the world. Make that fight Tom Aspinall versus Sergey Pavlovich, and then make him fight them, dude, okay? Anyways, like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.